Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living
with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Payne.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California on Universal Broadcasting Network. And then every Thursdays at 7, Saturdays at 1 Pacific Standard Time on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel KCAA AM 1050 FM 106.5, and now all the time on iHeartRadio. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all. I don't care how much I look like the mom with my sunglasses on. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And all of our topics and our guests, like Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Fran Drescher, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, Neil Donald Walsh, Marianne from Gilligan's Island, Marianne Williamson, you name it. We've got guests and topics that do help your hope and happiness. First, a peace shout out to someone who helped me out at the Orange County Fair, and that's Dylan. Thank you very much for the lift when my hip was acting up. And all the people that I got to meet this week doing all the fabulous things that I get to do. And so peace in and peace out. Also, I want to just welcome all of my new balanced Tai Chi Gongers that came to do the art gallery to slow dance with the universe with me. And my next workshop will be November 12th. So please put that on your calendar, and it's never too late to plan. You can tell I'm a planner. But you know, my show is about how we can be happier in our own lives. And today is no exception. We actually are going to talk about how to be comfortable in our own shoes. Yes, it's something that we don't talk about a lot, but it does create situations sometimes where we are uncomfortable. So I have asked my resident specialist in foot karma, Millie Hubbard, who's an RN, and she's here to help us with some tips and some products that will help us be more comfortable in our soul and in our souls. Please welcome to the studio, Millie Hubbard.
Thank you.
Yay!
That was a nice introduction.
Thanks.
you.
Thank you for coming. And so I'm going to, it's funny because, you know, outside of the movie Happy Feet, we really don't talk about our feet. And yet it carries us around. It allows us to do all the things that we do. And when you're young, you probably don't even care, so you wear anything you want. And then you get to midlife opportunity time, which is where I am and how I met you, your fabulous husband, Dr. Eric Hubbard, in the Memorial Podiatry Group in Long Beach, because I had some issues in my feet. And so let's just start really general. What are the most common things that you see in your office that are kind of avoidable? Because I wanted for my listening audience to know some of the things that they can do to help themselves when they have in their feet, pain in their feet.
100% of the time, foot in your feet.
Yes.
Probably heel pain is the number one complaint that we see, but it depends. Men and women have different issues, with their feet because of the different types of shoes that they wear. But heel pain, we see a lot of plantar fasciitis, which is pain in the arch on the bottom of the, and the band along the bottom of the foot. And then a lot of women come in, and men too, but women come in with pain in the balls of their feet. We call that bursitis. But yeah, you're right. people don't really realize that they don't have to suffer with foot pain until they get rid of it. you know?
Yeah, and then you wonder why it took you so long.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then nail fungus as well is probably one.
Yeah, that's a big one because insurance doesn't really pay to get rid of that, but everybody that has it just, they hate it. You don't wear sandals. And so, yeah, we actually have a laser and we've seen a lot of success treating toenail fungus. So.
Is it true the perception that you get that from manicure, pedicure salons?
I'm hoping to figure that out so I can win the Nobel Prize. Because if I could figure out exactly where it comes from and how to 100% get rid of it, I think, that would be something that would impact a lot of people. But, I'm not really sure. I get pedicures at nail salons and I don't have it. And I deal with it every day and I don't have it. Some people think there's a genetic component and I think that's probably true. A lot of people have it and they say, oh, yeah, my mom has it, my dad has it. It's definitely progressive. So if you get it early, if you get on it early to try and eradicate it, you have a better chance of getting rid of it.
And is it possible to eradicate nail fungus without going to a doctor, like any of those home remedies?
Well, there are some things that you can do. We actually have our patients soak in apple cider vinegar twice a week. And I know that sounds kind of like Little House on the Prairie method, but it really, what it does is it changes the pH of your skin so you can naturally resist fungus and yeast and things like that on your skin. But,
great tip.
I don't know. I guess it depends what it's from. If it's from trauma where, marathon runners lose their toenails. And so if your toenails fall off and that's what caused it in the first place, you might have a chance to get rid of it if you're, careful not to. But once the nail lifts and the fungus gets underneath there, it likes it there, and the shoes are dark and moist and it's a perfect environment for fungus. So yeah, we try to get patients to keep their shoes dry and clean and then we thin their nails out so that we can treat it with our laser and then they have to come back every 2 months for the whole year so that we can make sure they're doing what they're supposed to. And then also, see if we can tweak their regimen a little bit if it's not working as well as we hope. So, but we've been seeing a lot of success with it and people are happy that there's something they can do.
Right. Absolutely. The athletes especially.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think, that and gals who wear sandals in the summertime, everybody comes in about 5 months before summer and says, help.
Right.
I want to wear sandals.
Right. Just in time treatment.
Right.
Yeah. And then in our pre-interview, you mentioned people who have pain in their arches, that there's actually something they can do first thing in the morning.
Yes, actually. If they put a towel at the end of their bed before they go to sleep, and then, typical symptoms of plantar fasciitis would be you get up in the morning and it really hurts when you first start walking, and then as time goes on, it gets better. So that's because the band shrinks down while you're asleep. So if you wake up in the morning and you take that towel and you pull your toes back, then you get this gentle stretch so that when you step down, it's not the first time it's expanding. And it actually, it might still be a little uncomfortable, but it actually helps not to tear those little fibers. And then, that's what causes the pain is the stretching and tearing of the fibers. So, and then fluid gets in there and that makes it more painful. So,
right.
Yeah, it's amazing. Feet are pretty complicated and, there's a lot of everybody has their own method, but podiatry in particular, really from the beginning of their education, they focus on biomechanics and the structure and function of the foot in your daily life instead of taking you off your feet to heal you. They want to try and find solutions, how you can heal while you're living your life, which is nice.
Right. And it is one of those sort of, like your pinky finger, you don't really think about it or how useful it is. And yet it is, unlike the pinky finger, so important because you stand, walk, dance, everything.
You can't really get around without your feet.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm having that issue right now because that I have a non-malignant tumor on the bottom of my foot that I cannot seem to find the time to be off them long enough to get it taken care of. That's another story. But I know that I am more cognizant now of how much I appreciate my feet.
Right. It's one of those things you don't know how much you need it until you don't have it anymore.
Exactly. So, and
yeah.
If you've just tuned in and are wondering why we're talking about feet, it is because today's episode is with my special guest, Millie Hubbard, and she has a company called Foot Karma. We're going to talk about that, but we thought we would open with some common problems and really easy remedies to anyone suffering from foot pain. And this is Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. So Millie, let's talk about high heels, because this is totally, I've often thought that, high heels were created by someone who really hated women. Who really wanted women to suffer. And I'm really allergic to anything that does not look fashionable on my feet, which is part of my problem. And thus I have lots of different problems with my feet because I really enjoy beautiful, high-heeled, fashionable. My friends teased me because I went shopping for shoes that year when they had rounded toe was in, and I put my foot in and I went, oh, these feel so uncomfortable. And my girlfriend looks at me and she goes, that's because your toes are pointed, because I had like pointed shoes, and so I just didn't fit that. But high heels kind of are they are what they are. We wear them, we hate them, we love them, we hurt in them, and ergo you came along and went, okay, not fighting it, gonna go with it. What do you have?
Well, what we have, first, I agree with you. High heels are really important to most women. And especially, I think as we get a little bit older, we realize, wow, comfort is important. And so we still want to wear the high heels, but then you start seeking out a way to have a high heel that's comfortable. But,
yes. Attractive.
Attractive. A big part of that, though, is that a lot of people don't wear the right size shoe. And so if you wear the right size shoe to start with, that helps. If your shoes are smashed in the toe of a shoe, your toes are smashed in the toe of a shoe, then it's going to be uncomfortable no matter, if there is padding. But we actually do have a product. It's called Half Moon, because there's a little Half Moon, I don't know if you can see this, crescent pad underneath. It goes underneath the ball of your foot to provide a cushion as you get older, or even if you wear high heels a lot, the padding on the bottom of your foot gets kind of smashed down and worn down, so that it actually adheres to the shoe. So if you peel off the back and put it in a shoe, you can wear it in a shoe that has no back on it, which is really unusual. There's really nothing like it out there.
Right.
And so you peel it off, put it in the shoe, and it's also made out of leather. So it's hand tanned using chicory and berries and holistic made, handmade in Germany.
Vegan.
So yeah, that's right. Gluten
You can
free.
eat it. Put your foot in your mouth.
In case you're hungry.
Yeah. Foot and mouth syndrome.
That's funny. But yeah, it is really something that, people think, women think, oh, it's okay. I can wear my shoes as long as possible and then I'll just take them off. Well, these actually allow you to wear your shoes a little bit longer, or maybe all night, depending on how much walking you're doing and
dancing.
Yep. And they're comfortable. And the other thing is you can add these to your own shoes, the shoes you already have.
Yeah.
The only thing that we warn against is if people are already wearing their shoes too small,
right,
and then they put anything, an orthotic or an insole in their shoe, it's going to take up space. So then it makes your shoe, it's essentially like wearing a shoe that's too small then. So you want to make sure your shoes are the right size, and that you, keep these in the shoes. We have these ones, and then we have leather orthotics for flat shoes too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting story because, do you want me to tell you?
Yes. I was just going to ask you about that.
Oh, okay. So 20 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that now, my husband was real involved in podiatry, and he was at the national meeting, and he met the German manufacturer of our product and started using it in his office. So then we realized that everybody loves these. That they're easy to wear. The one, let me see if I can get it out of my box here. These ones are low profile, so they don't have a heel post on the back, and so you can slide it into
These
a
do
loafer.
not look like the orthotics of the old.
No.
Right.
Well, it's interesting because podiatry is all about biomechanics and structure and function of the foot, as I was saying. So we make custom orthotics. Some people need those, but some people, even if they need them, can't fit a custom orthotic into their shoe that they wear every day.
Right.
So if that's the case, these are perfect because they have an arch, they have a little padding on the heel, and then they also have a pad underneath the ball of your foot so that you don't get that friction.
Yeah, it's very
and
firm.
it holds your foot off. Yeah, it's really nice, but it has a little bit of give to it, and you can slide it in your shoes. So we started with those, and he realized that, patients loved them. Even if they got the custom orthotics, they also bought a few pair of these because they wanted to have something in their low profile shoe.
Right.
So time went on, and we thought, it wouldn't be nice if more people knew about these than just our patients.
Yes.
And even though our patients and their friends and stuff would come by them. So the manufacturer came out to California and visited the office one day. And at the end of our visit, they said, hey, would you be interested in distributing these for us? Because, you love them, and, we don't really work with any other podiatry clinic directly. So anyway, that's how Foot Karma sort of began. And then we thought up the name because of the whole relationship between, feet have really given us everything. And so we're giving people, a little bit of help with their feet because foot, care has been, it's put our kids through school,
Exactly.
bought our house, and, so we really owe a lot to feet. So we feel sort of like that's karma, but also just the idea that, if you take care of your feet in advance, then you'll be able to walk longer. So our motto is take care of your feet now, and they'll take care of you later. So
that's
Foot Karma.
Great. It is Foot Karma.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about size for a second too, because this is one of the areas that people sort of accidentally hurt themselves, right? With the size of the shoe
That's
that they're, because you do actually expand your size. You yourself
the reason that happens is because of that band. It gets stretched out, and your feet elongate a little bit. But I was telling you the other day that when I first met my husband, I wore a size 7.5, and I'm almost 5'10". And he said, wow, your feet don't look like, and so we actually measured.
From the expert.
Yeah. And I wore a size 9, but I was wearing 7.5.
And thinking that and this is for my women listeners, this is a total common thing. We think that if the shoe fits or doesn't fit,
or if it's cute.
Wait a minute. That's another show. If the shoe fits tight, that's like you almost accept the level of discomfort that you have from your shoes.
Yeah, or the whole myth of, you think you should break a shoe in, and it really doesn't need to be broken in. You shouldn't get blisters and corns on your toes. And No. You should be able to wiggle your toes in the end of your shoe.
Yes.
And so, we tell our patients to put like a pinky distance between their longest toe and the end of the shoe. And actually, that's a big thing that my husband recommends to patients. He sends probably 10 to 12 patients a day to go buy the right size shoe, or the right shoe with the right kind of support. And I think I was mentioning to you, kind of expensive. Good supportive shoes are about $100, and some people aren't willing to do that. But that's an investment in your.
If you
comfort.
think about you spend how much money you spend at Starbucks, or how much on your haircut.
Yep.
If you want a good haircut, these are things that you actually rely on every day. I think that was my biggest learning lesson the first time I had to go to the podiatrist. Was like, well, I don't spend enough time. The other thing is how long shoes last. That was
that's kind of an eye opener. People think, oh, I bought these shoes 20 years ago, and they still look good because they look clean. But the truth is, if you wear them, they break down. And so a good supportive shoe. We have a gal that works in our office, and both of her heels were hurting about 2 weeks ago, and she had just started. So we recommend that our employees all wear good shoes, obviously. And but she didn't get the new shoes yet, so we sent her over to get the good shoes for her feet. And I don't know if I should say the kind that they are or not, but
that's fine.
Anyway,
we'll get them as future sponsors.
Well, Asics and Brooks are the two that we primarily recommend. And she went and got some Brooks, and she just told me yesterday, because I was telling her that I was going to be doing this, and she said, it's amazing to me that just getting a good supportive pair of shoes completely alleviated that pain that I was having. And it's easy for us to treat her with an injection or something, because we have all the equipment there, but we didn't. And she got well just by supporting her feet correctly.
Minimally invasive. I think that's a very good tip. How you can avoid some serious pain with some simple changes. Now, I'm a diehard. I just don't and your husband gets so frustrated with me because even if I have the orthotics or they don't look good in the shoes that I like, and they don't, and I don't wear sneakers. I don't like wearing sneakers. I'm, hiking's against my religion, and so all those kinds of shoes, I cannot find a good looking hiking shoe. I cannot find a good looking running shoe. I barely find good looking sailing shoes, which is why I wanted you to come on, because this is a solution to keep the shoes that you like and still have something to help alleviate the badness of the shoe, so to speak, the flats that don't. Your husband goes, "You're walking on cardboard," when he looked at my sandals. But are there brands that are better, like for women's shoes? So, because 60% of my audience are women that are attractive.
Well, there are. If you go to, I hate to plug another place, but Nordstrom Rack has a lot of really good shoes that are. Well, I actually have, some shoes that I didn't get. It's not a popular brand. I got them at J. Crew, and I'm wearing them now, and they're really cute.
Are they?
But
they are cute.
They're cute, and they're backless. And I put these. They already have some leather down there, but yeah, I mean, for men, for women, if you're going to wear a sandal, probably like Mephistos or shoes that have an arch built in. It's not necessarily the name, and there are a couple of tennis shoes that really don't have much support. But people really like them because they're comfortable. They have like a memory foam inside. And so we get a lot of patients coming in saying, "But my shoes are so comfortable. They have memory foam." But the truth is there's just not a lot of support. I mean, they are comfortable, but they're not. It's like a memory foam mattress, It's not going to support your back.
So give me the tech. Why do you need something like this? Like, why do you need the
arch support?
The arch.
Well, that actually keeps the arch from flattening out, like I was telling you. And then when it flattens out, it stretches. And then you're feeling pain right in this area. So if you keep the arch supported, for one thing, it keeps that arch going, but it also balances your body. It kind of gets you so that you're not walking on the outside or walking on the inside, pronation and supination, they call that. But if you put the arch support in your shoe, you just have, you don't give your feet a chance to flatten out. Some people have flat feet, and so
flat feet is not just you walk funny. Flat feet is actually bad for your...
It's weak ligaments and tendons and things like that. The information that I'm passing on to you is from my 28 years experience working in the office, but I know that there are a lot of technical, actual birth defects and things like that run in families that people have. But a lot of people just get fallen arches from wearing poor supportive shoes.
I never knew what that was.
Yeah, it's just the bones and the ligaments start to kind of, and that can happen as you get older too. Just, how you get knee pain as you get older.
Yes.
It can help with knee pain because it supports the arch, which kind of keeps the alignment of your lower body, a little bit better.
I'm guessing that it also is attached, the knee attached to the hip attached to
just like the song.
It's just like the song, the knee bone and the ankle bone. So even my hip pain could probably have.
Yeah, we actually have patients that come in who swear that they have like neck pain and jaw pain, and there is something. If people have leg length discrepancy, so some people have one leg that's shorter than the other, and that will throw off your whole spine, and it can cause back pain and breathing problems. And there's a million reasons that you should go to the podiatrist.
Well, but in all seriousness, I don't think it's something, when you have back pain, you don't think about going to a podiatrist, right? You think about going to your doctor, who usually gives you some kind of a pill for pain that has side effects, and you don't fix the underlying problem.
Right. And when you think about it, your feet are your base.
Yeah.
And so you need to wear good supportive shoes if you need orthotics or some sort of a pad. And then, of course, exercise is important and all the other things, taking vitamins, all the normal things that we all do.
Right.
But definitely you can't, if you have foot pain, it's going to limit everything that you do. And then a lot of these other chronic problems will come up because you can't move around.
Right. Are there any foot exercises or walking advice to help with
stretching
it?
is really important. we actually recommend that, one thing that a lot of people think is important that we actually tell people not to do is to, a lot of people want to put ice. If they injure themselves, they put ice. And so my husband always says, don't put ice on your ankle if you're going to get back up again. If you're going to put ice on to decrease the swelling or bleeding, then you want to warm it up again before you use it. Because his analogy is, have you ever chewed a piece of gum with ice in your mouth? You know how the gum gets really hard, and it's the same thing with your tendons. If you get them cold, they're not going to be as flexible. And but stretching is one thing that you can do as long as you're warmed up. You want to stretch, and then he has patients roll a bottle along the bottom of it. We have these little bands that we sell in our office that you can rub along the bottom of your foot to stretch out the. And then a lot of gals come in and they have little. Contracted toes, as you get older, the toes start to
like the old Chinese bound toes.
Oh yeah. Oh well, not
my grandmother had that.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, that's a kind of a Chinese royalty.
Yeah. The smaller your feet.
You had someone carrying them everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
small
the pain
feet.
that they went through. Oh, geez, that's like the precursor to the high heel.
Have you ever seen pictures of feet after they've had that binding for a long time?
Yes, I saw my grandmother.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So she couldn't walk?
She would shuffle. I mean, that was the part of the culture, that was a sign of beauty.
Yeah, and royalty. Because you didn't need to do anything. You couldn't do anything. You had to have somebody carry you everywhere, so you had people helping you. Yeah. But anyway, the toe thing is more just the tendons on the bottom get tighter than the ones on the top. So stretching but you know what? Honestly, the number one thing is wearing the right kind of supportive shoes.
Right.
Because if your toes get trapped in the bottom of a shoe, they're going to get contracted. Right. And if you wear the right size, then all your tendons and everything can stretch out and relax and function the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I just really have to get over my own BS belief system.
Or you know what? Just wear your nice shoes when you're out in public, and then all the rest of the time when you're running errands, wear your tennis shoes.
Yeah, but people see me there too.
That's true. It's hard when you're popular.
It's horrible to. I really do need to change it.
But now you can say, I'm walking the walk. I have people on my show that are telling me these things, and so I've got to be supportive.
But it is take my advice. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
That's my
out. That's cute. Yeah. Oh, I get it now.
You get it? Okay. Okay. Great. So you were going to. I'm going to give you my shoes, and you were going to show me what you can. Let's see.
What we can do to your shoes.
These are my beautiful sandals that go with my dress that I love. And then Eric would say they're walking on cardboard because there's no support whatsoever.
Well, two things about these shoes he wouldn't like. He wouldn't like he wouldn't like that this goes through your toes, the thongs, because.
What's wrong with thongs?
Well, a lot of people come in and they have pain because there's a nerve right there. And so it rubs against it. And then people come in with this funny pain and he says, ooh, so the kind that go over the top of your foot are better. And then, there's no arch or any kind of support in this shoe. So I'm just going to peel off the back of this Half Moon beautiful leather orthotic. Actually, it's not really an orthotic. It's an insole. We have orthotics and insoles. This wouldn't count as an orthotic because there's not an arch, but there's the pad on the front. So I'm going to put it in your shoe. And then I'm just going to stick it down. And you want to, these come in all different sizes. So you want to make sure that it's, close to your size. If you're at 8.5, you could wear an 8 or a 9, but they're European sizes. So go ahead and put that on and just let me know what you think.
So this just got put into my shoe. So you can see the little cute gold foot karma and it sticks. And this will last how long?
Oh, well, how often do you wear that
bubble. When I wear this dress.
Oh, okay. So once a week?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. So, if you were wearing them every day, they'd probably last 6 months.
6 months.
And then you'd need to get another pair. They would probably still be adhered to your shoe, but, might not. Another thing I have to mention, if you will let me here, is today is my daughter's birthday, and she designed our logo. Oh. So she actually drew this on a napkin and said, Mom, what do you think about this when we were... And, it's funny because 3 is our lucky number, and she's 33 today. So it's just karma all around.
What's her name?
Her name's Nicole.
Happy birthday, dear Nicole Thomas.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you for sharing your mom.
Thanks. Do you want me to put it in the other shoe too?
We can do that. And as we're doing that, it is that time of the show where we thank the sponsors who make this possible. So we'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. Do your feet hurt? Do you hate the idea of giving up your high heels? Do you want good foot karma? Then we have an affordable, natural, good-feeling solution for you. Foot Karma Leather Orthotics and Insoles. It's good for your soul and your soles. To start walking without pain, go to www.footkarma.com. That's www.footkarma.com. And welcome back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon PST. From Hollywood, California, the Sunset Garage Studios at Universal Broadcasting Network, and every Thursdays at 7, Saturdays at 1 p.m. PST on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home of Dave Ramsey, Stephanie Miller, Wolfman Jack, and the Asian Oprah. And that's kcaaradio.com, also on the dial. And you can call in free to listen at 832-999-1050. And today we are talking about what's good for your soul and your souls. And that is with Millie Hubbard, who is an RN and also partner to Dr. Eric Hubbard, who practices in Long Beach. And she has this fabulous new product that helps us be comfortable in our own shoes, especially mine, because I refuse to get ugly, comfortable shoes. And so she just showing me how she's put it. Did you give me? Oh, I didn't give you the other. I'm sorry, I got wrapped up with the.
That's okay.
And
it just takes a second.
It does take a second to put insoles for high heels, which is kind of a new thing. We don't have to give up the high heel. We can actually wear them with the insole. And we've been talking about different ways that you can take care of your feet without drugs, which is always my preferred route. So here's the second one. And happy birthday to her daughter, who turned 33 today, who designed this beautiful little Foot Karma logo. So how do we find you?
Well, you can go to the website, www.footkarma.com. We also have an 800 number, and then it's brand new. So
okay.
we are, this is, our website's just up, and it's really exciting. So I'm just super excited to pass this along to other people, because I've honestly never given these to any of our patients, or, sold them to the patients, or I've given them to a bunch of people just to try, and everybody loves them.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited that, women can wear their high heel shoes longer. And
yes, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I've been wearing a pair that Eric put in another, and it definitely makes it better. It's not cardboard anymore.
We also have another product, Cloud9. This is a pad that goes on top if you're going to take out your did you bring your athletic shoes?
I forgot.
I was going to bring some
sorry.
too. That's okay, but athletic shoes have that removable insole. So you take out the insole, and then you put in a leather slim 3/4 length orthotic, and then we put the wait, that's the wrong side. Here we go. And then you put this on top, and it fills in the whole shoe. And they're so comfortable.
Really?
We have people come back and buy these, even if they're not our patient anymore. They just stop by the office. So we're hoping to be in Nordstrom.
Oh,
we're gonna talk to them about it. They don't know we're coming yet.
That's okay. They're
and then
good.
Amazon.com, maybe different places.
Absolutely, as you should, because this is definitely something that helps with your foot happiness for sure, and lessening the pain. Absolutely. So footkarma.com. And the other reason why I wanted to bring Millie on is because she's a great example of you don't have to lose your creative your desires, your growth. You know, you have a full, beautiful career as an RN, and sort of accidentally starting to help with your husband, and then 28 years later, you're still there, and it's one of those, you can do more than one thing in life, and that's
It's been really exciting because, as I was saying, I feel like feet kind of have given us everything.
Yeah.
And so the idea that now my husband's getting close to, he's in his early 70s. And so he loves it. He doesn't really plan to officially retire, but this is kind of something.
I can't imagine him retiring.
This
He
is
loves
something
what
we
he
can
does.
do that's exciting,
Yeah.
that we can add to our lives, So if we go to a podiatry meeting and talk to other people about adding something to their practice, or, just talking to other people about how this simple thing can help their feet on a daily basis. It's really nice. So yeah, it's been really exciting. It's amazing to me how much goes into starting a business, because I didn't get there in the very beginning when my husband started his medical practice. I met him after he had been practicing about 10 years. And so, the very beginning is there's so much to do, designing boxes and, figuring out how many products you need to buy, and where are you going to print your labels, and how are you going to get people to know about it, and all those things like this.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what's it like working with your husband?
Well,
28 years.
That's true. Yeah, no. It's funny because in our office, his office is in one corner and mine's the diagonal other corner. So
furthest
possible point. But I do work with patients too, and we see each other. But it's like we have a completely different relationship. Our work relationship, I'll say, okay, I'll see you at home. And then when he walks in the front door, if I'm cooking dinner or, watching TV or whatever, he walks in and I'm just like, hi. And I feel like, oh, this is a different, split personality, relationship or something. Because it's like I've got my work relationship with him at my home. It's nice.
Do you ever disagree with him at work?
Yeah, sometimes. He'll actually be talking to a patient and I'll have a different opinion about, something, because I had talked to the patient before he came in the room. And I'll say, well, what about? And he kind of looks at me and he looks at the patient and he says, that's my wife. He just wants them to know the only reason that anyone here is disagreeing with me is because she's my wife. So yeah, it is kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to, but sometimes
it works.
Can't help
it obviously works.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. We're really lucky. We have a couple of other friends who podiatrists who have their wives working with them, and it's kind of a nice deal because you have somebody who really has your best interest at heart working in the office, and it's nice to have a flexible schedule. You don't have to work holidays. When I was working at the bedside as a nurse, I had to work Christmas sometimes, and that's really tough.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then while we're at it, talking about family affair, we have to give a nice peace shout out to your sister and my friend
Tamara.
Peace in and peace out to you. She's just
nice.
Lovely.
She's
Love
so
her
sweet.
a lot. Yeah. And Millie and Eric actually were one of my very first sponsors in my very first year on the air when you sponsored my interview with Gloria Allred. So I wanted just to take a moment to thank you so much for your continued support of me, Dr.
We just
Marissa.
love you too. You're such a source of peace. I mean, honestly. Aww. And I don't know, people might think that this is just your persona when you're on the radio or something, but it's not. You're just always so sweet and kind.
Thank
That's really
you.
Nice.
Just for that, I'm giving you the Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award, too.
Okay. Thank you. That's
Not
nice.
just for making my feet feel better, but for being such a great support in what I do for all these years.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. This has really been fun.
Good. I'm glad. Any last words or things that you
Well, I
say?
guess I just want people to know that, these are reasonably priced. They're made of hand-tanned leather. So if you have your skin against the product, it's not going to be full of chemicals. They're made in Germany. Affordable. Please, check us out because it's a really nice solution. You can wear them in backless shoes, athletic shoes, And we're here to help. And also, even if you're not necessarily interested in our product, if you just want to call and find something out about your feet or get a recommendation of a person to go see, we know that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been around a long time.
Absolutely. So Eric practices in Long Beach
at Memorial Podiatry Group on Pacific Avenue near Long Beach Memorial.
Yeah. So you can Google that and find that. You have a website for that too, right?
www.memorialpodiatry.com, and it's you want me to phone number?
Yeah.
562-426-5151.
Great.
Yeah, and we have some associates working in the office with us that are great too. There's other doctors. We have a female doctor. Some people want a female doctor to, it is nice
to play with
to
your
have
feet.
some options. Yeah. Or just give the little female perspective,
Sure.
So,
yeah.
That's nice.
And then you mentioned footkarma.com has a 800 number?
888-653-1243.
888
653-1243.
1243. So there's no excuse if you have any kind of foot pain at all to contact Millie at footkarma.com, 888
653-1243.
Wonderful. And then if you need any more extensive work, please do visit Dr. Eric Hubbard at Memorial Podiatry Group in Long Beach, California. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This has been great.
Yeah. Any more? I know. I usually end with my guests is there someone that you want to appreciate and send out some love and gratitude towards because they have helped you?
Well, I know I already mentioned my daughter, but I'm going to mention her again because she has been my biggest supporter through this whole project. And, when you're starting something new, you really do need somebody that's enthusiastic and excited.
Yes.
But I also wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my husband and his interest in feet. And he has been great. He's, had a big part in this, but he always gives me the credit. And I have done a lot, don't get me wrong. But my husband and I have something really special. So I'll appreciate him too.
So look in the camera and say something to him.
I love you. Thank you so much for all the support and love. And happy birthday, Nicole.
Yay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's Millie Hubbard with footkarma.com.
That's right. Peace in and peace out.
Hey, all right. And it's that time of the show when we actually get to ask you to step up to the balance bar. And today, I am going to remind you that we are in round 62 of the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. And that means that for 21 days in a row, you are going to try not to complain. And if you haven't registered already, please go to forbalance.org, because if you manage not to complain for 21 days in a row and you're registered, you will win a free pack of my motivational cards called 52 card pick-me-ups, Stacking the Deck for Life Balance with Dr. Marissa, retail value $10. You can also, if you don't think you can not complain for 21 days in a row, you can just get them at my Balance Marketplace at the website, Dr. Marissa Online or drmarissa.tv. And all of my products, the proceeds go towards my peace work around the planet. And this year it is Peru. I'll be going there in the fall with the Agape International Spiritual Choir, and we get to sing and I get to teach, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. So don't forget to do that. Today is day 2 on the fast, and the balance tip for today is never miss an opportunity to keep your mouth shut. So yesterday was day 1. It was easy, because if you complained, every time you complain, you have to start over at day 1. So yesterday was day 1 all day. So every time you complained, you didn't lose anything because it was day 1. Today is day 2. So if you do complain, then you start at day 1. But if you haven't registered yet, I'm just going to give you a bye, and you can start over as soon as you register. That is your day 2, and just don't complain from that point forward, and you'll still be on track. I do have a fabulous app that I grew out of my practice last year called the 21 Day Fast or No Complaints with Dr. Marissa. So go to Google Play or the Apple Store, and it's only 99 cents. Who says you can't get anything for a buck? And use that app. You get a cheer just like the one that Millie got on the show for your for not complaining. And then if you do complain, there's a little baby that cries and that will keep you from complaining. And at the end of the 21 days, you have a scoreboard, and every day you have a tip that comes in form of a card and words, as well as a video clip. So it's an all-inclusive kind of app that you can enjoy. And all the graphics were actually created by my daughter, and also the app was built by my daughter's boyfriend's best friend. So you can support the youngins when you purchase that app. And to end, we have an Asian Oprah giveaway that I do every time on the show, and I didn't ask you, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh.
What would you like to give, Millie, for the Asian Oprah giveaway?
Oh, I'll give a pair of, actually, I'll give two pair. I'll give a pair of Half Moon insoles, and then I'll give a pair of the Duo pack, which is the Cloud 9 and the Slim 3/4 length.
Let me take a look at
So here's
those.
the Duo pack. This is the Cloud 9 and the Slim 3/4 length.
Perfect. And this is the one that people come back for because it
Oh
feels
my
so
gosh,
good.
over and over again.
So two things go together. All right.
And then a pair, one for each foot.
One for each. You don't have to choose which foot it goes on.
Okay.
And then another one of these that I just got.
A pair of those.
Got a pair of those in my shoes. So let's see. What should we do? What was the last one? Facebook or website? I think I did website. So we'll do a Facebook message. If you message me on Facebook, Marissa Pei, P-E-I, P for positive, or Dr. Marissa on Facebook, and like me, give me the finger, and then put in the message, let's
I
say,
love feet.
I love feet. I love feet, and you will get a pair, and we're looking for 2 people to win those, and I'll figure out a way to get them to you. You can either
Okay,
come
yeah,
to
they
the
need to say
studio
what
or
size
whatever,
they are.
and what size they are. So there you go. There's the Asian Oprah giveaway
great.
for
Okay,
today. Thank you
fun.
very much.
Oh, happy to do it. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I believe that's it. We have. Let's see. Oh, what else is coming up for August? Next week is call-in week, where we have the Jarvis is my producer of that. He lines up 2 volunteers to come in and get advice that I don't use, but where I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, and we will have 2 callers lined up, so you don't have to wait on hold, and I'll be answering questions on relationships or job and career or your health and wellness. That's the second week, and we actually have 5 weeks this week in August. The third week, we are having Dr. Will Bowen, and he is the founder and originator of the Complaint-Free World. So I'm actually his daughter, I guess, with the 21-day fast from complaining and encouraging those to stop complaining. But he's going to come on and talk about his worldwide effort in not complaining. And then the third week is a fabulous panel. It is my back-to-school special with my millennial panel, where I have my younger daughter this year with her 3 friends who are coming to talk about the millennials and their stereotypes and what they think about Black Lives Matter, what they think about world peace, what they think about technology. So it's going to be a great show. And then finally, on my Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, the last week of the month, it's going to be a show with Dr. Douglas Weiss, who has been on Oprah himself, now on with the Asian Oprah. And he'll be talking about the 5 sex languages. So if you want to prepare for that and find out what language you are, you can go online and find him, Dr. Douglas Weiss. But that is a very full August. September, I am going to have Lisa Nichols. A lot of you have been asking about her coming on. We finally got a date confirmed between her schedule and my schedule. So she motivates the masses and is a wonderful teacher. She's one of the teachers on The Secret. She's fabulous. You won't want to miss that show. And we're going to have Marianne from Gilligan's Island back again, Keiko Matsui with her new album. So you just keep it tuned here to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Learned to cry at an early age. People around me, my heart in a cage. Life was a book, don't turn a page. I couldn't see past my rage. I wanted to dance, but I pushed you away. Now I'm on my knees, I'll listen to what you say. And you said, be my partner, dance with me. Just hold on, I will lead. Don't be afraid if you can't see. I promise you joy in the mystery. I wanted to believe in magic, so I put on a mask.